Hello class 8 students, welcome back to the science class. Today we are starting chapter 5 of your science textbook, which is combustion and fossil fuels. Chapter at a glance: combustion, reaching ignition temperature, fire extinguisher, flame, fossil fuels, natural resources, limitation, greenhouse gas, conditions necessary for combustion, controlling fire, types of combustion, parts of a flame, types of fossil fuels, conservation of fossil fuels, disease due to coal mining. Engage. Look at the pictures and answer the questions that follow. Have you ever seen this setup for cooking of food? Does this practice of cooking food have any negative impact on human health? If yes, name any two effects. Third, what might be the consequence of this practice on the environment? इस पिक्चर को देखिए, पता कीजिए क्या हो रहा है, उसके बाद अपना आंसर ढूंढकर लिखिए. The burning of a substance in the presence of air in which heat and light are produced is called combustion. So in most simple words, combustion means burning. In this chapter, we will study the chemical process of combustion or burning and the types of flames produced during this process. Combustion. We see so many changes taking place around us. We see the paper burning, the sugar charring, food being cooked, burning of coal, etc. The chemical process of burning is combustion. In other words, we can say that the chemical aspect of the process of burning is said to be combustion. Combustion is an oxidation process. Combustion cannot take place without oxygen. An oxidation reaction in which energy is given out is called combustion. The difference between combustion and burning is that no flame is seen in case of combustion, while in burning a distinct flame is visible. A substance that shows combustion is said to be combustible. It is also referred to as fuel. तो जो हम बर्निंग करते हैं उसे ही कंबशन भी कहा जाता है. कंबशन के लिए ऑक्सीजन का प्रेजेंस होना जरूरी होता है और बिना ऑक्सीजन के प्रेजेंस से कोई भी बर्निंग नहीं पॉसिबल. और ऑक्सीजन के प्रेजेंस में जब कंबशन होता है और हीट उसमें रिलीज होती है, उसी को हम बर्निंग भी कहते हैं. हमारा सारा फूड कंबशन की हेल्प से कुक होता है और उसके लिए हम जिस चीज का यूज करते हैं उसे फ्यूल कहते हैं. कंबशन को एस्टैब्लिश करने के लिए जिस चीज का यूज होता है उसे फ्यूल कहा जाता है. कंडीशंस नेसेसरी फॉर कंबशन. कंबशंस के लिए कौन कौन सी कंडीशंस का होना नेसेसिटी है, जरूरी है. There are three conditions necessary for combustion. They are the presence of fuel, fuel का present होना, oxygen and heat to burn the fuel. In this picture you can see fuel, oxygen, heat के mixture से एक triangle बना जो कि fire है. Conditions necessary for combustion. A fuel is a substance that easily catches fire and produces heat. Oxygen is the gas without which nothing would burn. Heat is necessary to raise the temperature of a substance to its ignition temperature. Ignition temperature is the lowest temperature at which a substance catches fire. Matchstick starts burning when it is rubbed on the sides of the matchbox, as on rubbing, the matchstick's friction is produced. This raises its temperature to its ignition temperature. There are some substances which have a very low ignition temperature and catch fire easily with a flame. Such substances are said to be inflammable substances. Some inflammable substances are LPG, alcohol, petrol, etc. Reaching ignition temperature. Ignition temperature वहाँ होता है, वो होता है जिस टेम्परेचर पर बर्न होना शुरू हो जाता है. तो combustible substance should attain a minimum temperature at which they can burn. The minimum or the lowest temperature at which a combustible substance starts burning is called ignition temperature. For example, white phosphorus catches fire at an ignition temperature of 30 degrees Celsius. The room temperature. The ignition temperature of wood whereas varies from 250 degrees Celsius to 300 degrees Celsius. Controlling fire. Fire को कैसे कंट्रोल किया जाता है? At times, fire caught in a fuel can be dangerous. Fire spreads fast as the atmosphere everywhere has oxygen which helps in spreading fire. It is at times out of control. Thus, we need to be aware of ways in which we can control fire. Spraying water over the affected area reduces the temperature below its ignition temperature. This gradually stops a thing from burning, thereby controlling fire. Due to heat, water changes into water vapor, which surrounds the affected portion and cuts down the supply of oxygen. Fire can also be controlled by removing any of three conditions necessary for fire, which is fuel, air and heat. तो फायर को कंट्रोल करने के कुछ तरीके कि कैसे फायर को कंट्रोल किया जाए. एज वी नो, क्योंकि चारों तरफ ऑक्सीजन का प्रेजेंस होता है तो फायर इजीली इन्वायरमेंट में फैल जाती है. तो उसको कंट्रोल करने के लिए वाटर का यूज किया जाता है, जिससे कि टेम्परेचर इग्निशन टेम्परेचर से कम हो जाता है और फायर रुक जाती है. या फिर किसी भी तीन नेसेसरी कंडीशंस को कम किया जाए तो भी फायर रुक सकती है. प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ एक्सटिंग्विशिंग फायर. फायर बुझाने के लिए कुछ प्रिंसिपल्स. अ फायर मे बी एक्सटिंग्विश्ड by removing all the combustible substances, by cutting off the supply of air, by cooling the burning substances below their ignition temperature. Fire extinguisher. A device used to extinguish fire is called fire extinguisher. एक ऐसा डिवाइस जिससे आग को बुझाने का काम किया जाए उसे फायर एक्सटिंग्विशर कहते हैं. You must have seen the red cylinder of fire extinguisher in cinema halls, banks and other public buildings. Since it is not possible to remove all combustible substances from the place of fire, the fire extinguisher are based only on the two principles. This is the image of a fire extinguisher. Cooling the fire below the ignition temperature, cutting off the supply of air. Various types of fire extinguishers are used for different types of fire. Water as a fire extinguisher. You must have seen fire brigade people spraying water to extinguish fire at public places. When water is thrown on the fire, cools the combustible substance below its ignition temperature and the fire is extinguished, but it should not be used in putting off fire in electrical wiring, as ordinary water conducts electricity and may result in the electrocution of the person involved. Soda acid fire extinguisher. The soda acid fire extinguisher is based on the principle of extinguishing fire by cooling the burning substances below its ignition temperature and by cutting off the supply of air. A soda acid fire extinguisher consists of a metallic cylinder having a knob and a nozzle tube. The cylinder is filled with a saturated solution of sodium bicarbonate NaHCO3. A glass bottle containing concentrated sulfuric acid is kept inside the metal cylinder as shown in figure. When we strike the knob of the extinguisher, it forces the water solution out through the nozzle. The mixture of liquid and carbon dioxide extinguishes the fire. Other fire extinguishers that can be used are foam type and carbon tetrachloride fire extinguishers. In this image, you can see a soda acid fire extinguisher. Types of combustion. Combustion कितने तरीके का होता है? Combustion में either be rapid, spontaneous or an explosion. तो बहुत जल्दी से भी हो सकता है, धीरे धीरे भी, और एक explosion के साथ भी हो सकता है. When a substance burns rapidly and produces heat and light, it is said to be a rapid combustion. When the situation is such that the material suddenly burns into flames without the application of any apparent cause is called spontaneous combustion. When the fire breaks out suddenly with the evolution of heat, sound and light, it is said to be explosion. A large amount of gas is liberated in such a case. In this image, we can see an object in fire controlling the fire. Flame. The regions of burning gas is known as flame. Some substances burn with a flame while some do not. A substance is said to burn with a flame only when it vaporizes. We can see a flame in this image. Flame can be produced in the presence of a combustible substance and a supporter of flame. All substances are first converted into vapor, only then they produce flame. In case of a burning candle, the wax first melts and changes into vapor. It is vapor that burns as flame. तो फ्लेम जो होती है वो कुछ कुछ कंबस्टिबल सब्सटेंसेस में होती है और फ्लेम के बनने के लिए वेपर का होना जरूरी होता है. कोई भी कंबस्टिबल सब्सटेंस जब कूल डाउन होकर वेपर में कन्वर्ट होता है उसी से फ्लेम बनती है. पार्ट्स ऑफ अ फ्लेम. If you observe a burning candle, you will observe that the flame is not the same throughout. It has various regions. The color of the flame is blue at the base close to the wick. There is a region around the wick which is called the dark zone. There is a luminous region around the dark zone. It is a yellow in color. Then there is another region that is non-luminous. This region is hardly visible. Now we shall discuss the various regions in detail. The candle in fact has 3 zones. तो जो फ्लेम होती है वो अलग अलग रीजन्स में बटी होती है. ब्लू फ्लेम्स, येलो फ्लेम्स एंड एक इनविजिबल फ्लेम भी होती है जो दिखती ही नहीं है. तो हर रीजन का अपना अपना तरीका होता है. हम कैंडल की फ्लेम को यहाँ पर डिस्कस करेंगे. द इनर मोस्ट जोन ऑफ अनबर्न्ड वैक्स वेपर. This is the least hot part of candle flame. It appears black due to the presence of unburnt wax vapor. The middle zone of partial combustion. This is the major part of the flame with moderate temperature. The unburnt wax give out carbon particles which burn to give yellow light and makes this region yellow and luminous. Outer zone of complete combustion. This is the zone where complete combustion takes place. This makes this region the hottest one. The color of this zone is blue, non-luminous. In this image, we can see parts of flame. Outer zone, middle zone, innermost zone. Knowledge basket. A flame always point outwards because the gases produced during the combustion are lighter than air. Tech Talk. Flex fuel technology allows vehicles to run on any mixture of hydrous or anhydrous ethanol as well as gasoline. Fuels. Now we'll discuss fuels क्या होते हैं. Fuels refers to anything that gives out heat energy on burning at a moderate rate in a reasonable quantity. Some commonly used fuel are coal, cow dung cake, petrol, kerosene, LPG, CNG, etc. The process of burning produces heat which is referred to as exothermic heat and is used for various purposes. In this image we can see some fuel, cow dung cake, petrol, kerosene. तो fuel वो सब्सटेंसेस होते हैं, वो कोई भी सब्सटेंस होते हैं जिनको जलाने पर एनर्जी का रिलीज हो. कैरेक्टरिस्टिक ऑफ अ गुड फ्यूल. एक गुड फ्यूल के कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स क्या क्या होंगे? देयर इज अ वाइड वैरायटी ऑफ फ्यूल्स अवेलेबल इन द मार्केट, बट व्हाट इज एग्जैक्टली अ गुड फ्यूल? What makes one fuel superior than the other? Answer to all these questions are provided by knowing the characteristics of a good fuel. They are listed below. The fuel should not be too costly. The fuel should be readily available. The fuel should be easy to use and transport. It should have a high calorific value. A good fuel does not give out any poisonous chemical combustion products or environmental pollutants. The end products of the fuel on burning should not be a problem to dispose. Low ignition temperature. Calorific values of fuel. Calorific value of a fuel refers to the amount of heat liberated in joules when 1 gram of a particular fuel is burnt completely. Harmful products released during burning of fuels. Some fuels release unburnt carbon into the air. This unburnt carbon can cause a number of respiratory diseases. Some examples of such fuels are wood, coal and petroleum. In case the fuel is not completely burnt, it releases carbon monoxide, which is highly harmful gas. Inhaling this gas could be fatal. Most fuels burn to release carbon dioxide into the air. The increase in the concentration of carbon dioxide in the air adds to global warming. Fuels like coal and diesel release a suffocating gas called sulfur dioxide into the air. This gas is corrosive in nature. Oxides of nitrogen are also released into the air by petrol engines. These then result into acid rain. Acid rain is highly harmful to crops, buildings and soil. Nowadays, CNG, compressed natural gas, is used in place of petrol and diesel. It is said to cause comparatively very less pollution. In this image, we can see burning of wood produce carbon dioxide. In our everyday life, we use a large number of materials for our basic needs. Some of these materials are found in nature, whereas others are man-made. Air, water, soil, sunlight, coal, petroleum, natural gas and minerals are obtained from nature. So they are called natural resources. On the other hand, plastic, synthetic fibers, paints, drugs, explosives, etc. are all man-made materials. Inexhaustible and exhaustible natural resources. Inexhaustible मतलब जो खत्म ना हो सके और exhaustible जो खत्म हो जाते हैं. ऐसे natural resources. Anything in the environment which can be used is called a resource. All the natural resources can be classified into two main groups. Inexhaustible natural resources. These resources are present in unlimited quantity in nature. They are replenishable and are not likely to be exhausted by human activities, for example, sunlight, air, water, etc. Exhaustible natural resources. These resources are limited in nature and cannot be replenished. These are exhausted by human activities, for example, forest, wildlife, coal, petroleum, natural gas, and minerals. Let us understand the importance of resources. Fossil fuels. Fossils are the dead remains of plants and animals which were buried deep inside the earth millions of years ago. Fossil fuels are the fuels that are obtained from fossils. The fossil fuels are coal, petroleum, and natural gas. They are non-renewable resources. Non-renewable resources are natural resources that cannot be remade or reformed or are used up faster than they can be replaced in nature. तो फॉसिल फ्यूल्स वो फ्यूल्स होते हैं जो हमें फॉसिल से मिलते हैं, और फॉसिल्स होते हैं प्लांट्स और एनिमल्स के डेड रिमेन्स जो कई मिलियन साल पहले अर्थ के अंदर बेरीड हो गए थे. Occurrence of fossil fuels. Fossil fuels were formed from prehistoric plants and animals that lived millions of years ago. The ancient plants and animals lived in swamps and oceans. When these living things died in the soil, millions of years passed and the dead plants and animals slowly decomposed into fossil fuels. Types of fossil fuels. तो अब ये जो fossils हैं इनसे मिलने वाले कितने टाइप के fossil fuels होते हैं? First, coal. Coal is a solid fuel. It is black in color. Earlier, it was used for heating water to produce steams to run railway engines. Coal is also used in thermal power plants for producing electricity. It is primarily composed of carbon, the percentage of which varies in different types of coal. How coal was formed? Coal was formed from the burying of dense forest in low-lying wetland areas due to natural processes like flooding. As more soil was deposited over them, they were compressed. Pressure and high temperature converged these layers together to form a layer of soft material called peat. As coal contains mainly carbon, the slow process of conversion of dead vegetable into coal is called carbonization. As coal is formed from the remains of cellulosic vegetable remain, it is also called a fossil fuel. तो कोल कैसे बना? जब कई सालों पहले, कई मिलियंस ऑफ ईयर्स पहले फॉरेस्ट और प्लांट्स अर्थ के अंदर बेरीड हो गए बाय नेचुरल प्रोसेसेस, और धीरे धीरे वो हाई टेम्परेचर और हाई प्रेशर की वजह से कोल में कन्वर्ट हो गए. टाइप्स ऑफ कोल. Coal is mainly composed of carbon, but it also contains hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, and sulfur. Coal is classified on the basis of presence of carbon in it and the amount of heat energy they produce. They are classified into, first, peat. Peat is a spongy type of organic matter and contains lot of fiber. It is the topmost layer in the formation of coal and is the earliest stage in coal formation. Peat contains 27% carbon. Lignite. Lignite is the young stage in coal formation. It has 28% to 30% carbon. It has lot of fibrous matter and moisture. Its calorific value is 14.7 to 19.9 kilojoule per gram. Hence, its value as fuel is low. It is also known as brown coal. Bituminous. It is the most commonly used variety of coal. It is shiny black in color and has low moisture content. Its carbon content is 75% to 80% and its calorific value is 28 to 31 kilojoule per gram. Anthracite. It is the best form of coal. It has less moisture content and is also known as smokeless coal. Its carbon content is 90 to 95% and its calorific value is 31 to 35 kilojoule per gram. Peat, dead plant material. In this image, you can see coal. Lignite, brown coal. Bituminous coal, household soft coal. Anthracite, hard coal. Destructive distillation of coal. On strong heating coal in a closed tube, it breaks down to different components such as coal gas, coal tar, ammoniacal liquor and coke. This process is called destructive distillation. Products of coal. कोल से क्या क्या बनता है? कोल गैस. It is a mixture of hydrogen 50%, methane 35% and carbon monoxide 8% gases. It is considered as good fuel due to high calorific value. Coal gas is used as cooking gas for lighting purpose and in chemical metallurgical processes to create reducing atmosphere because it contains hydrogen. Ammoniacal liquor. It is solution of ammonia in water. When it reacts with sulfuric acid, it forms ammonium sulfate which is used as fertilizer. Coke. Coke is solid material containing carbon mainly. It is very good fuel with a high calorific value than coal. Coal with less ash and sulfur content is quite high priced in the market as it burns without smoke. Coke is used as an excellent reducing agent in industries. Coke is also used to prepare industrially important gases like water gas, a mixture of carbon monoxide and hydrogen, and producer gas, a mixture of carbon monoxide, hydrogen and nitrogen, wood gas, etc. Coke is a good starting material for the preparation of acetylene, acetic acid, and plastics like polyvinyl chloride. Coal tar. It is a viscous brown or black liquid. It is a residue left behind after destructive distillation of coal. It smells like naphthalene. It is a mixture of 200 organic compounds. These compounds can be separated by fractional distillation. Compounds obtained from coal tar are benzene, toluene, phenol, naphthalene, anthracene, etc. It is used to make medicines, dyes, paints, explosives, plastics, synthetic fibers, perfumes, preservatives, insecticides, etc. It is also the key source of a group of chemicals used in antiseptics, medicated shampoos, soaps, and ointments. Knowledge basket. Nowadays, bitumen, a petroleum product, is used in place of coal tar for metaling the roads. Uses of coal. Coal ke uses. Various uses of coals are: coal is used as a fuel because it burns easily and has a high calorific value. Coal is used to make fuel such as coal, gas, synthetic petrol, methane, and coke. Chemical energy stored in coal is used to heat water to produce steam that turns the turbine whose rotation generates electricity. इस इमेज में हम देख सकते हैं कि कैसे एक कोल बेस्ड पावर स्टेशन बना हुआ है. Coal is used to manufacture industrially useful organic compounds such as benzene, naphthalene, etc. Second, petroleum. Petroleum हमारा second fossil fuel है. Petrol is used as a fuel in light automobiles such as motorcycles, scooters, and cars. Heavy motor vehicles like trucks and tractors use diesel as fuel. Petrol and diesel are obtained from the natural resource called petroleum. Petroleum is a complex mixture of many compounds of hydrogen and carbon known as hydrocarbons. It also contains small amount of other compounds of carbon containing oxygen, nitrogen, and sulfur. Petroleum is extremely important for economy of a nation as it is a versatile source of energy. It is often called black gold. How petroleum was formed? Petroleum कैसे बना? The formation of petroleum was done by the organisms living in the sea. When these organisms died, their bodies settled at the sea bed. Over the period of time, the sand and clay accumulated over the layers of the plants and animal remains. These were subjected to light, high pressure, and heat. Gradually, they were converted into layers of sedimentary rocks. Plant and animal remains within the sedimentary rocks were eventually transformed into petroleum and natural gas. तो पेट्रोलियम कैसे बना? एक्वाटिक एनिमल्स या सी एंड ओशियन में रहने वाले एनिमल्स जब डेड हुए तो वो सी बेड पर जाकर सेटल हो गए. सी बेड पर सेटलमेंट के बाद उनके ऊपर अपने आप सॉइल, क्ले और रॉक्स की लेयर जमना शुरू हो गई और उन सेडिमेंट्री रॉक्स के नीचे धीरे धीरे हाई प्रेशर और टेम्परेचर कंडीशन में पेट्रोलियम का फॉर्मेशन हुआ. इन दिस इमेज वी कैन सी पेट्रोलियम एंड नेचुरल गैस डिपॉजिट्स सी के अंदर या अर्थ के अंदर कैसे होते हैं. The word petroleum was derived from the Greek word petra meaning rock and oleum meaning oil, that is oil from the rocks. Occurrence and extraction of petroleum. Petroleum is obtained by drilling petroleum wells by heavy and sharp cutting tools. Drilling may even reach a depth of 10,000 feet. This crude oil is then transported to the refinery through pipelines. Refining of petroleum. Petroleum extracted from its well is a thick black liquid, also known as crude oil. It cannot be used as a fuel in its natural form. Therefore, it is refined to obtain a number of useful components. The refining of petroleum is done by its fractional distillation or petroleum refining. The refining of petroleum may be defined as the process of separating different useful fractions from petroleum with the simultaneous removal of the undesirable impurities by the process of fractional distillation. The process of refining of petroleum of fractional distillation is based on the fact that different fractions of the crude oil boil within the different temperature ranges. It is carried out in a refinery. The crude oil is sent to a distillation tower made of steel and heated up to a temperature of 400 degrees Celsius. Some of the oil vaporizes and rises up to the tower. Different components of the oil boil at different temperatures. The tower contains a series of shallow trays that collect the liquid as the vapor condenses to the top of the tower. Thus, the components are separated from the bottom to the top of tower as heavy to light fractions. This allows the refineries to collect the different fractions of the crude oil. In this image, we can see a petroleum refinery. The various fractions obtained by the fractional distillation of petroleum oil from top to bottom of the layer are petroleum gas, petrol, kerosene oil, diesel oil, fuel oil, and residual oil. Further fractionation of residual oil yields lubricating oil, paraffin wax, asphalt, and petroleum coke. The process of separating the various constituent fractions of petroleum is known as refining. It is carried out in petroleum refinery. Petrochemicals are the organic compounds obtained from various petroleum fractions and natural gas. तो जो पेट्रोल होता है उसको कैसे निकाला जाता है, कैसे एक्सट्रैक्ट किया जाता है? पेट्रोलियम को एक्सट्रैक्ट करने के लिए अर्थ में ड्रिलिंग की जाती है, ऑयल वेल्स बनाए जाते हैं जो कि 10,000 फीट तक गहरे हो सकते हैं। तो जो वहां से पेट्रोलियम निकलता है उसको हम एज अ फ्यूल यूज नहीं करते। तो पहले वो जो पेट्रोलियम है वो रिफाइनरीज में जाता है, वहां पर फ्रैक्शनल डिस्टिलेशन की प्रोसेस होती है, वहां से पेट्रोल और डिफरेंट काइंड्स ऑफ फ्यूल्स और अलग अलग प्रोडक्ट्स निकलते हैं और फिर उसे एक्सपोर्ट किया जाता है, फिर उसे यूज किया जाता है। थर्ड, नेचुरल गैस. नेचुरल गैस is found with petroleum in oil wells. There are, however, some oil wells which yield only natural gas. It generates a large amount of heat by burning a unit quantity. Before natural gas can be used as a fuel, it must undergo extensive processing to remove all materials other than methane. Natural gas consisting only of methane is called dry natural gas. Traditionally, it is used to be supplied through cylinders to the users. But nowadays, it has become possible to transport it to distant places through pipelines. तो जो नेचुरल गैस है वो भी पेट्रोलियम के साथ ही ऑयल वेल्स में पाई जाती है, पर कभी कभी कोई ऑयल वेल्स ऐसे हैं जहां पर सिर्फ नेचुरल गैस पाई जाती है। नेचुरल गैस को पहले प्रोसेस किया जाता है और उसके बाद उसको पाइपलाइंस के थ्रू भेजा जाता है, जहां जहां उसकी जरूरत हो उसको ट्रांसपोर्ट किया जाता है। It is stored under high pressure and is compressed to obtain compressed natural gas. It causes no pollution and has high calorific value. It is an environmentally cleaner alternative to other automobile fuels such as petrol and diesel. Natural gas has been in use as a fuel in industries and power generation. It is also used in the manufacture of fertilizers as it is a source of hydrogen. Now, CNG is used as a fuel for transporting vehicles also. It is also used to manufacture fabrics, glasses, steel, plastics, paints, etc. नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज लिमिटेशंस. अब हमारे नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज को यूज करने के क्या क्या लिमिटेशंस हो सकते हैं, हमें कहाँ उन पर लिमिट करना चाहिए. It takes millions of years to form fossil fuels. They are called non-renewable resources because they are formed with extremely slow rate in Earth's crust. Presently, the rate at which these non-renewable sources of energy are being consumed is higher than the rate at which they are formed. It is expected that their stocks are likely to be exhausted by the mid of the 21st century. Hence, depletion of non-renewable sources of energy is known as energy crisis. तो जो हमारे फॉसिल फ्यूल्स हैं वो नॉन रिन्यूएबल सोर्सेज है, वो एक दिन खत्म हो जाएंगे और इनको बनने में मिलियंस ऑफ ईयर्स लगते हैं, इसलिए इनका बनना इतना आसान नहीं है. तो एक्सपेक्ट किया जा रहा है कि बाय द मिड ऑफ द 21st सेंचुरी ये खत्म हो जाएंगे, इसलिए हमें इनको ठीक से यूज करना चाहिए. द वेरियस फ्रैक्शंस ऑफ पेट्रोलियम एंड देयर यूजेस. अब पेट्रोलियम के अलग अलग फ्रैक्शन जो कि हमें फ्रैक्शनल डिस्टिलेशन के टाइम पर मिलते हैं और उनका कैसे कैसे यूज किया जाता है. These compounds are also useful in preparation of plastics, medicines, pesticides, detergents and other such compounds. Constituent: petroleum gas, liquid. Petroleum gas in liquid. Uses: domestic fuel used to make LPG and carbon for types and hydrogen gas. Petrol, fuel of light vehicles, solvent for dry cleaning. Kerosene oil, fuel for stoves, lamps and for jet aircraft. Diesel oil, fuel for heavy motor vehicles, electric generators. Lubricating oil, lubricant for machinery. Paraffin wax, candles, cosmetics, Vaseline. Bitumen for making road surfaces, paints, etc. Fossil fuels are limited. Fossil fuels कम है, एक लिमिट में है. Fossil fuels account for 90% of the energy being used today. Burning of fossil fuels like coal and petroleum leads to major environmental problems such as air pollution, acid rain and global warming. It is estimated that petroleum and natural gas are likely to get exhausted in the near future. So we must use fossil fuels very judiciously. In these images, we can see a solar cooker uses solar energy and a windmill uses wind energy. Scientists are now trying to make use of alternative sources of energy like solar energy, tidal energy, wind energy, etc. Scientists are also trying to make use of hydrogen gas as fuel because it is much cleaner fuel than coal or petroleum. We should try to save fossil fuels. We can do this by following simple ways like, तो इन छोटे छोटे वेज से हम फॉसिल फ्यूल्स को बचा सकते हैं. लेट्स सी. Walking down to the nearby market instead of going by a car or a scooter. Let's see here people walking to the market. Switching off the engine at traffic lights using carpool is a good way to reduce consumption of fossil fuels. Conservation of fossil fuels. Keeping in mind the limitations of fossil fuels, the need is to conserve natural resources. A few suggestions for the conservation of energy are किस तरीके से हम fossil fuels को conserve करते हैं. Use only renewable energy sources. In gas stoves, use high efficiency oils which burn a blue flame. Complete combustion produces more heat and not with a yellow flame. Incomplete combustion produces less heat. Switch off lights and fans when not in use. Use room heaters, coolers and air conditioners only when necessary. Use vessels with a flat bottom for heating and not the vessel with a round bottom. Use solar cookers and solar heaters whenever possible. Cover the vessel while cooking vegetables, dal, meat, etc. to prevent heat loss, and use casseroles for keeping the eatables hot instead of heating them again and again. Use compact fluorescent lamps, CFLs, bulbs and tube lights which consume less energy instead of incandescent lamps. Drive at a constant and moderate speed as far as possible. Switch off the engine at traffic light or at a place when you are waiting. Ensure correct pressure in the tires. Maintenance of vehicles should be ensured regularly. Greenhouse gas. The gas which behaves like the glass of a greenhouse is called a greenhouse gas. This gas absorbs the sun rays of longer wavelengths reflected by the earth and radiates them back to the earth's surface, thereby increasing the earth's temperature. Carbon dioxide, methane, chlorofluorocarbons and water vapor are greenhouse gases. Diseases due to coal mining. कोल माइनिंग से कौन कौन सी डिसीजेस होती हैं और उसके क्या क्या हैजार्ड्स होते हैं. Pneumoconiosis, also called black lung disease, is a chronic lung disease found in coal miners. Coal mining is a dangerous activity and sometimes it can be disastrous. Coal mining leads to adverse effects on the environment which results in destroying soil profile, wildlife habitat and topography, physical features of land of the mined areas. In this image, you can see coal mines in India. Moral learnt. It is important to use natural resources wisely because if we continue using the non-renewable resources, it will be exhausted one day. Non-renewable resources cannot be used again. Natural resources can be conserved by regulating the usage of non-renewable resources. Recapitulation. The burning of a substance in the oxygen of air in which heat and light are produced is called combustion. Respiration is combustion going on inside living cells. When a hydrocarbon fuel is burnt in a sufficient supply of air, carbon dioxide and water are produced. If the supply of air is insufficient, carbon monoxide is produced instead of carbon dioxide. The amount of heat produced on burning 1 gram of fuel completely is called calorific value of that fuel. Various factors should be kept in mind while choosing a fuel. CNG, compressed natural gas, is a cleaner fuel. Natural resources can be classified as exhaustible and non-exhaustible. Wood has been a source of energy since ancient times and is used in construction for making furniture and paper. Fossil fuels were formed from the dead remains of living organisms millions of years ago. Coal formation from vegetative matter is called carbonization. Natural gas is also a fossil fuel having a wide range of uses. Thank you class. Let's meet again in next class.